This small animal is a ringtail. These excellent climbers are capable of ascending vertical walls, trees, and even cacti. And you likely have never seen them. Ringtails are small, nocturnal omnivores resembling raccoons. Smaller than a house cat, an adult ringtail usually weighs between 1 and 2 pounds. Their body measures around 24 inches long, including their distinct black and white ringed tail. Dr. Sean Matthews is a wildlife ecologist with OSU's Institute for Natural Resources. He's been studying ringtails in parts of Oregon and California for 15 years.
That was really an exciting part for me personally, to be able to look at ringtails, this species that we just don't know that much about and that I didn't know much about, and they're so dang cute that it's kind of hard to pass up.
These medium-sized mammals are currently facing habitat loss throughout California and Oregon. As a result, conservation efforts are being initiated for them in the region.
Ringtails are about the size of a gray squirrel. They eat a lot of animals, but they also eat a lot of other things, fruits, nuts, berries, really whatever they can get their teeth around. They're gray, generally with a striped tail, so with really big, huge eyes. Imagine the biggest eyes in a dog or a cat you've ever seen.
A recent study was conducted in collaboration with the Hoopa Tribe and Humboldt State University. This study took place on the Hoopa Valley Reservation, northeast of Eureka, California. This mountainous land is located along the Trinity River, where tribal members live and manage the surrounding resources. This includes the forests. These forests are dominated by Douglas fir, tan oaks, and black oaks, depending on elevation and soil.
The ringtails are really elusive. They're not active and out and about during the day. They're not easily observed like a bird, and so they're pretty hard to study. Usually we try and do non-invasive techniques as much as we can, but to get at these questions about what types of trees and what types of forests ringtails live in and persist in, we need to resort to what we would call radiotelemetry, where we can actually put a transmitter onto a ringtail and be able to follow it around in the forest. The ringtail doesn't hear it, but we, with our receivers and antenna, can hear that beat that is being broadcast, and then we follow that signal to where the ringtail is and try and find out what types of trees and forest types that the ringtail is hanging out in while it's taking a nap during the day.
Researchers found that ringtails use tree cavities in mature and older forests, while they also rested in younger forests where some older trees were present.
They're this species that is really adaptable and can live in a lot of different environments, including deserts. They don't have trees to rely on for cavities that they need to rest in to sleep and avoid predators. So there they depend on things like rock piles and even underground burrows.
Matthews, his university colleagues, and the Hoopa Tribe are collaborating to study these small creatures.
And so we're looking to try and catch Western science up to the traditional ecological knowledge. It's also important in that the Hoopa Tribe relies on a timber industry as a source of income for the tribe and individual tribal members. Understanding where ringtails are in that forest is important for the tribe to tailor their forest management so that they can still have that income source while also conserving species of cultural concern.
Ringtail pelt is often seen in tribal regalia, such as this bush dance regalia of a medicine boy. The ringtail pelt can be seen as part of the skirt, decorated with red to match the woodpecker and abalone used in the headpiece. Alongside tribal cultural significance, ringtails were valued by trappers for their prized and unique tails. The animal offered a more accessible alternative to raccoon pelts, leading to a drastic decline in their populations in the early 1900s. States like California eventually implemented bans on the hunting of this species in the late 1900s, but the species is still pursued for its fur in various U.S. states.
I think one of the biggest reasons we don't know a lot about ringtails is they aren't listed as federally threatened or endangered. The state in California and in Oregon. Both list them as a species of conservation concern, but given they're not federally listed as threatened or endangered, there isn't a lot of money available to study ringtails.
The ringtail is currently classified as least concern by the International Union for Conservation of Nature.
I think there's still a lot to learn about ringtails across their distribution, but especially in these northern forests in California and Oregon. The requirements they have really depends on the landscape they're in, and we're just starting to understand what they need in forests in California and Oregon.
This research provides valuable insights for forest managers seeking to conserve trees used by ringtails, while providing more insight into this little-known but adorable creature.